Hi guys, welcome back to the Breaking Through Code channel, and today we've got another video to box off this Road to Glory for learning C Sharp. Okay, so let's pick right up where we left off in the last video where we talked about conditional operators. We started off looking at the if statement. Now let's move on to another way to express conditions in your application, and that's the switch statement. Okay. This is the alternative conditional operator we can use instead of the if statement. And basically, this is a selection statement that executes code based on a pattern match with the specified expression. So this is a diagram showing that. So let me explain it to you. So first of all, we will have an expression, and what we're going to do is check the expression in each of these blue boxes with the case in it. Okay, so these two in this scenario, and see if it matches this expression. So for example, if we use the day of the week, today's Saturday in my case, I don't know what day it is over for you, but to say we put Saturday here, okay, we would then check the first box and see if the value in the first case is equal to Saturday. So if this value, if it is equal to Saturday, it will then execute the statement within this case. Okay, and then it will break out of the switch statement and continue with whatever code you've written after the switch statement code block. Now, if it doesn't match this case here, it will then go to the next case and it'll do the same thing. It will check if the case here matches the case here, which is Saturday. Okay, and if it does, it will execute this statement, and if not, then it will well, and if it does, if it after it's executed the statement, sorry, it will break out of the switch statement and then continue with the rest of the code, similar to the way it did for the first case. Okay, now we can write as many of these cases as we want, but again, if you're writing over 10 of these, then there may be something wrong with your design that you may want to reconsider. But that's a whole nother topic of conversation. In this image, however, we've got two cases. And if none of these cases are matched with the expression, then we fall into the default scenario, which will run the code in this block here and then break out of the switch statement and continue with the rest of the code that you've written after the switch statement code block. Cool. So hopefully that makes sense about the switch statement. If not, we're going to jump into our real world scenario again, so that we can give you a bit more context on how the switch statement works. So let's continue. Okay. So we work in the Apollo gym. Okay, our manager comes up to us and says to us, "Hey, I've got an idea for some more work for you. Okay, let's enhance our app for our users so that when they sign up to our membership, if they select a bronze membership, we will obviously let them know that they get to use a jacuzzi. Our jacuzzi once a week. If they sign up to the silver membership, they get a personal training session with Steve, our gym instructor, once a week. And finally, if they select our gold membership, they get free gym gear once a month. Oh, and if they don't enter anything meaningful to the application, please give them a meaningful error message. Okay, cool. So let's head over to Visual Studio. Okay, and first of all, let's inform the user of the choices available to them. Okay, so we do that by CW, console.writeLine, and we can say number 1 equates to bronze, and then we can just copy that and then paste that down here 2 times. Okay, then we can go 2 represents silver, and then 3 represents gold. Great, Cool. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to prompt the user of what they need to do in order to obviously select one of this memberships. Okay, so we can do another console.writeLine, and then we'll say, please choose one of the memberships above. Oh, I spelled above incorrectly. By typing the number next to the membership name and click enter. Okay, it's very verbose, but I guess it will work for what we're trying to achieve here. Okay, so then we need a variable to store the number that the user's inputted, and then and what we want to do is obviously assign the console read line to this variable so that we can grab what the user has inputted. So let's go with that. So we can create a variable called int user membership selection, okay, equals, and then we'll go console dot read line. Cool. Whoa, we're getting a red squiggly there. The compiler's not happy. What's going on? So let's read the message, okay? And it says there, cannot implicitly convert type of string to int. So basically what's happening is console.readline is returning a string, okay? But we're trying to assign it to an integer, and we can't do that, okay? Or at least we can't do it without passing it. Now there are a few methods of a few ways of passing this string into an integer. I will go through parsing in another video, but for the sake of this demo, we're just going to wrap this console.readline around an int.parse, which is one of the ways of parsing a string. Okay, obviously assuming that the user returns a string, but enters a relevant integer value, but that's another topic that I'll discuss when in my parsing video, obviously. So, okay, so just to remind you of the other conditional if operator that we discussed in another video. So if we were going to write this in in terms of an if statement, because we want a conditional operator to obviously check the value that they've submitted, see what value it is, and then print a relevant message based on whatever membership they've selected. So let's do it with the if statement way. So we'll write if, and then we'll go user selection. Oops, what have I done there? And we'll go equals 1. Then we want to CW console.writeLine to user, say you've signed up. Great, and actually great. You selected the bronze membership. You get to use the jacuzzi free once a week. Cool. Okay, so that pretty much covers that. Okay, then we want the silver membership. Okay, so IntelliSense helping us out there, and put that there. Let's copy that, so save myself typing. Okay, great, you selected the silver membership, and what do you get with the silver membership again? You get to that personal training session from Steve. Yeah, you get to have the personal training session with Steve once a week. Great, that's exciting stuff. Cool. Okay, so then we'll do with the next scenario, else if, and then we'll grab this, copy that there, but this time we want 3, because that's the next scenario. We want to check if the user submitted the value 3, and then we paste that in here, and we want to change that to gold membership. And what you get with the gold membership, I can't remember what you get. Oh, you get free gym gear every week, every month, sorry. You get free gym gear every month. Great. Finally, we want the scenario if the user doesn't follow the instructions we provided and enters something completely random. So in that case, we use an else, and that else condition we can just console.writeLine, tab that, and we can just say you have selected and you have not selected a valid membership. Please try again later. Cool. How easy is that? Okay, so that's the if statement scenario, and that pretty much covers everything we want to do. Let's run that and let's see just if that works as we want. We've got a user now that wants to, okay, please choose one of the memberships above by typing the number next to the membership name and clicking enter. So we'll go with silver. Great, you selected the silver membership. You get the personal training session with Steve once a week. Great, so that works. Okay, so now let's look at the switch statement equivalent. So in this scenario, I'm not going to get rid of that yet. I'll just make some space there. We will write switch. Okay, IntelliSense has done pretty much some of the work for us. Okay, so we put our expression that we want to check. Okay, and let's create some cases that we want to check again. So case if the value equals 1. So basically what we're saying here is, for the first case, if whatever's in membership, user membership selection, which is an int, is equal to this, which is the value 1, then we want to run some code in here, and then after that we want to break out of this switch statement. Okay, so let's say we want to run exactly what we ran in this scenario here. Okay, cool. So if the case is 1, then that means it's bronze that they've selected, and we want to obviously print the bronze message. Okay, cool. So then we want to add another case, case 2, break out of that, and in that scenario we want to stick whatever's in case 2 scenarios, which is they've selected silver, blah 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 blah. Cool. And then finally, well, not finally, case 3, again we want to print whatever's in case 3, which is the gold membership. Cool. And then they can break out of that once that is printed. Okay, and then finally for the default scenario, which is our else in this equivalent, okay, we want to print that they've not selected a valid membership. Okay, so let's just tidy this up a bit, move that way. Oop, there we go, and then get that over there. Oops, what have I done? Only wanted to tab it across. I don't know why it's doing that, but anyway, so yeah, so just to give you a brief explanation again of that. So basically we've got our expression here, which is what we want to check to see if it meets any of these cases. So this is an integer value. It has to match what we are checking for, obviously. Otherwise, we won't be able to do the comparison. Okay, and if like I said earlier, if any of these values are met, then it will go into the case, run whatever's in the case area, and then break out of the switch statement. Okay, so that's basically our switch statement is equivalent to this if statement. So let's get rid of this and let's run that again and see if that works as expected. Okay, so again, we get a list of memberships. You get the prompt to say please choose one of the memberships above by typing a number. We'll go with gold this time, number 3. Click enter, and great, you selected the gold membership for free gym gear. Okay, so if we try that again, but this time let's enter in something that doesn't make any sense. Actually, let's not do that. Let's enter a number that isn't part of the list. Do we get the default scenario? Yes, we get the you have not selected a valid membership. Please try again. Now, just for your personal learning, I've got a bit of homework for you. What if I enter this? What's going to happen? And how can we deal with what happens? Can you leave a comment in the comment section if you know anything? It is something that I'm going to cover in the passing video that I will release later on. Okay. Oops, I've given it away. Have a good day, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you learned something. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you did. Have a good day.